Hey guys, it's Josh from Boorman Lawyers. Just tuning in for another episode of The Travelling Lawyer. So this week I've got a few things on. Last week was pretty cool. I flew down to Melbourne and drove up to Liverpool Local Courthouse. So that was quite different and interesting. This week, Monday, I've got a committal mention up at Brisbane Magistrates Court. That should be pretty quick and easy. We're just seeking an adjournment of the matter in that case. Then tomorrow I'm down in Campbelltown Local Court in Western Sydney. I've got a mid-range PCA offence there. And then Wednesday I have I've got a DV, domestic violence or an apprehended violence order application, which we're seeking adjournment for, so that will be pretty easy. I'll get one of my colleagues to help me with that one. And then on Thursday, I've got another mid-range PCA or drink driving matter at Liverpool Local Court in Western Sydney. Friday, I'm not sure. I think I've got that cleared, but I'll be moving around a bit. So just shooting up the highway from the Gold Coast to Brisbane, what should be a quick 50-minute drive is always a punish, especially on Monday morning, bumper to bumper. Can often take about an hour and a half, so really is a punish to commute up there, but it's the only way to get there. Alright, so I'm just leaving Brisbane Magistrates Court. Did a quick committal mention for a client of mine who's on some quite serious charges, including weapons charges, and there's a couple of smaller ones relating to breach of DV orders, but the more serious ones are the weapons charges. So we just adjourned the matter today, and we still seeking a few bits of evidence out of the police brief in relation to CCTV video footage. It's likely that these serious matters will be defended, and we'll have to take it to a committal hearing because we really are keen on testing the police evidence in relation to some of the brief and the material that they've got. We think their case is quite weak in relation to this matter. So today was pretty quick in and out, adjournment for 3 weeks, and then we'll be back here. Hopefully we'll have a bit more information to proceed the matter on. So just about to leave Brisbane now and drive to the airport, where I'll be flying down to Sydney. I've got a Campbelltown drink driving matter on tomorrow, and get ready for that case on tomorrow. Transition. Right, just got to the airport. Secured another 2 drink driving matters on the way here. One is at Brisbane Magistrates Court. Got another one at Forster Local Court in New South Wales, and another potential matter at Emerald in central Queensland. Just about to board my flight now. Going down to Sydney, where I've got the Campbelltown matter on tomorrow. Transition.
When oh when Mr. Will be get our boogie on when the weekend come. Check the peacock cause the vibes is strong. Selena's Philippines, they come one by one. All lined up and they ready for fun. Short ones, tall ones, beautiful ones. B-boys, B-girls ready to what? Waking and shaking when we doing ish. J-rock when the beat junkies ready to mix. Cause we cutting up the wax for everybody. Come on over cause we having a party. We lighting up the style with the burning star. Throw your hands in the air if you know you are. Cause we jumping all around with the roach.
The flight into Sydney was pretty bumpy. Actually, flight out of the Gold Coast was really bumpy. Heaps of cloud cover made it for a pretty bumpy flight, but I did get a bit of work done for tomorrow's matter, so looking good. We're all set, prepared, ready to go, and that will be fun. Okay, so I've just hit the Sydney CBD. Just around the corner from where I'm staying at the Fullerton Hotel is Jimmy's Falafel. I'm absolutely starving, so I'm going to hit this spot for a bite to eat. I believe that Jimmy's Falafel has the best Lebanese Middle Eastern food in Sydney. It's owned by the Merivale Group, so they're pretty spot on when it comes to their food and hospitality. And it's one of my favourite spots in Sydney. So I'm staying at the Fullerton Hotel, which is one of Sydney's better hotels in the CBD. I've stayed here quite a lot, or quite a few times anyway. It's a full service hotel. It's very nice. This visit, I am staying in one of the heritage rooms, which is one of the sort of lower level floors, but it's overlooking Martin Place. It's in, I guess, the old part of the building, rather than one of the high-rise apartments or rooms. The reason why I like the heritage room is it's quite spacious. It's got all the beds in all of the Fullerton rooms are really comfy. Some of the best beds in hotels I've stayed at, but they've got high ceilings. It's just spacious. It's just very sort of comfortable and relaxed. It's not crammed in any way like some of the other rooms at the Fullerton are a lot smaller. I really enjoy staying here. Beautiful rooms, beautiful accessories. When I say accessories, soaps and shampoos, and it's from Balmain, Paris, so it's high-end branded sort of shower accessories. But yeah, it's a really nice place to stay, and I was lucky enough to be able to stay here again. I'm not always that lucky. Sometimes I stay in some absolute dives, but not on this visit. As you can see out the side of the window, you've got Martin Place there. So I think I picked this room up for about $300 a night, which is quite a good price for this hotel, since it can often be up around $400, $500, even $600 when it's busy. So I don't always stay here, but when the price is very good and competitive with a lot of other places, I jump at the chance. So it's the morning of court. I've just got to Central train station in the CBD of Sydney. This is the main train station. You go here if you want to go out to basically any train stop out throughout Sydney. So I'll be going from here, Central train station, out to Campbelltown train station. Just on the train out to Campbelltown Local Court. I've got mid-range PCA events on this morning. Hopefully it goes all right. The objective seriousness of the matter is not that terrible. However, unfortunately for our client, his traffic record does him absolutely no favours. He's already been charged previously with a mid-range drink driving offence. He's gone to court before for a high-range speeding offence, and they're just the two major hiccups on his history over the past 10 years. He's certainly got a spattering of other more minor infringements on his record, so it's not a great record. But
this station
he does have some pretty strong mitigating issues, so he's been through quite some significant grieving issues from losing his father in the last few months in the lead up to this matter. So hopefully we can lean on that and draw some sympathy from the court today. But it will be a tough one. Yeah, on our way out to Campbelltown now. It's quite a lovely day here in Sydney. Just gone past the Holsworthy train station and should get into Campbelltown in about 20 minutes.
You hit the ground, bang, bang, that awful sound, bang, bang. I used to shoot you
Okay, so it's Josh here from Boorman Lawyers. I've just finished up at Campbelltown Local Court behind me, had the mid-range PCA offence, 0.087, nothing aggravated about the matter, random breath test, guy was lovely client and polite, cooperative with police. He's been going through a lot of personal grief after losing his father only in November last year. He has taken steps to address his mental health and those grief issues. Went and did the traffic offenders program. Everything was looking good except for his traffic record. He was actually charged with it being categorised as a second offence, but his prior drink drive offence was 10-11 years ago. So police can really only categorise a person as a repeat offender if the prior offence was within the last 5 years. So the police made a mistake in that regard. We had to have a chat to the police prosecutor in order to fix that up. So our client wasn't categorised as a repeat offender, which would have effectively almost doubled his penalties. So we cleaned that up today, and our client was boldly seeking a Section 10, a no conviction order for this offence, despite the fact that he did have a prior mid-range PCA about 10-11 years ago. He also about 6-7 years ago had a high-range speeding offence, which he was granted the benefit of a Section 10 for. We did boldly push our submissions that the court could consider not moving to a conviction, but that was it was taken on board, but it was our request for a no conviction was denied based on our client's prior and poor traffic record. He was granted the minimum disqualification, which was 3 months. That was backdated. He's already done a month off the road. Fine was heavily reduced down to $600. He will be required to do the alcohol interlock program for 12 months. A client understood that, there's not much you can do about changing your past traffic record. What's happened in the past is set in stone, and he was very understanding and happy actually with the outcome. He's got about 2 months left to serve, and then he can go on an interlock licence. He'll be back on the road and be able to perform his job as is expected of him. So yeah, a positive and good outcome here today at Campbelltown Local Court. So I'm back at the airport now. I've got to fly back up to the Gold Coast. I've got to deal with some work and stuff up there tomorrow, being Wednesday, and then I'll be back down probably tomorrow night, getting ready for my Liverpool matter on Thursday morning. So a lot of travelling, a lot of airports, a lot of airport security, and this is how it goes.
As we take you through some important information about this flight. Your seatbelt should now be done up low and tight across your hips.
「
Welcome to the Swissotel Hotel on Market Street in Sydney. Nice little gym at the Swissotel. Got some machine weights, heaps of cardio sort of stuff. You got the runner, the air walker, the yoga, the ski yoga. Got some weights here, some spin bikes, and then outside, a nice little pool area, some cabanas. So a nice little spot. The Swissotel's has not disappointed and has pretty much had everything a top level hotel would have. There's a sauna in the change room. So I thought I'd get a quick workout in before I head out to Liverpool and do my matter this morning. Josh here from Boorman Lawyers, just outside Liverpool Local Court today. I've appeared on a middle range street driving offence. The reading was .126, and we got a pretty good outcome for our client today. It was quite aggravated, the matter, because the reading was at the higher end of the middle range category. Our client had a collision, albeit a single vehicle collision with relatively minor damage. The facts of the matter were that he was at home on 25th of January. It was a pretty uneventful sort of night. He was at home drinking, having some self-poured bourbon and cokes, and he's then made a poor decision to get into the car, drive down to the shops at about 10:30 at night to get some late night takeaway. He's then driven down a one-way street the wrong way and quickly realised his poor decision, and gone to make a U-turn, but unfortunately he's then collided with a construction barrier. There was a construction site going on, and proceeded through that and pushed on into a residential front yard. There was really minimal damage, and he didn't have any passengers in the car. No one was involved in the incident. But with the high reading and a collision involved, it was certainly considered to be an aggravating feature of the matter. He did thankfully present before the court today with a completely unblemished traffic record, completely unblemished criminal history, and that certainly worked in his favour. He's still only 22 years of age, so it's kind of to be expected that he does have no prior convictions on his record. So, but it was still a positive submission we could make, that it was an isolated, uncharacteristic incident that was highly unlikely to be repeated again in the future. Our client has previously been diagnosed with Asperger's, clinical depression and ADHD, certainly as a younger teenager. These are some challenges that he's had to have his whole life, but he has admitted that in and around this incident that he had been using alcohol quite regularly as a bit of a coping mechanism. If there was a silver lining to this matter, it has prompted him to go and get help in relation to his alcohol counselling, and he's had a couple of sessions now with AODS at Liverpool Alcohol Counselling Services, which was, we had some evidence of that. We presented that before the court, and the magistrate could see that he had made voluntary attempts to rehabilitate. So we were able to, he didn't unfortunately complete the traffic offenders program. He ran out of time to do that. But thankfully we had the material of his confirmation of counselling that we were able to present before the court, which certainly weighed in his favour. We were also able to tender a good strong letter of apology, a letter of reference from his work, and some other character references. and these were all taken into account towards his good character. He was given a 4-month disqualification, which was backdated, probably a month over and above the minimum period due to the collision and the reading, but we were able to avoid any further penalties, more serious penalties such as community service or community corrections order or intensive corrections order, because it just remained as a fine of $900, 4-month disqualification. Conviction was recorded, and he will have to do the 12-month alcohol interlock program. He was expecting much more time off the road, higher fine, and potential of other more serious penalties, but we were able to minimise that for him today. Very happy client. I think it's the last time we'll ever see him before the court. He's got the good support of his mother, who was here in support today, and they can move forward knowing what they've got to do and how to get back on with their lives. Thanks for tuning in here at Liverpool Local Courthouse in Western Sydney. Next week, Monday, I'm at Tweed Heads Local Court on a mid-range drink driving offence. So hopefully you can tune in then. Thanks for checking us out this week. I want to thank you for tuning into Boorman Lawyers today. You can catch us at any of the usual social media platforms. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you've got any questions or queries, please don't hesitate to contact us on 1300 941 900. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into this video today. I really hope it was informative and helpful for you. There's another couple of videos below that you might want to check out that may be very useful for the process that you might be going through at the moment. Please feel free to like, follow, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we've always got fresh new content coming through all the time.